never let that happen to you. Oh, no, you did it, Miles Bridges. Oh, no, you did it.
So a lot of you guys might be wondering why there aren't as many NBA Finals videos going down on this channel. I don't want to get too deep into it. I completely forgot to tell you guys on this channel. I said it on my microphone channel. I have a bit of a health issue currently, and unfortunately, I need to get surgery tomorrow. And as a result, content may be a little scarce on this channel, but in order to just keep the boat floating while I'm gone, I did prepare some videos for the time that I'm going to be out. So if you're wondering why I wasn't able to put out a video in regards to what happened to the NBA Finals immediately after the NBA Finals, which is something I'm known for doing literally within 5 minutes of the NBA Finals ending, that's the main reason why. I'm feeling good about my ability to get through this, but I just felt like I'd tell you guys what I'm dealing with behind the scenes, just so you could understand why the content has been a little bit unusual lately. So make sure you drop a like, subscribe, turn on our notifications to help the channel grow and support the channel. And now that we get all of that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Charlotte Hornets are in a pretty damn good situation. I mean, at the time that I'm recording this video, they are choosing between two pretty awesome head coaches to lead this team into the future. The first being Mike D'Antoni, and although I don't necessarily think Mike D'Antoni is a coach that will result in winning a NBA championship, but he is a head coach that will result in LaMelo Ball putting up video game-like numbers and maybe potentially winning an MVP in the future. Yes, I actually believe that could happen if Mike D'Antoni gets hired as a head coach. Regardless, I think that's something that's very exciting. But Mike D'Antoni isn't the leading candidate for the Charlotte Hornets to be head coach currently. It's actually Kenny Atkinson. Now, if you are a supporter of my channel, you'd know that I am a huge fan of this guy. I mean, Kenny Atkinson was absolutely balling out as the Brooklyn Nets head coach during a time where this team had zero hope whatsoever. He was their head coach during a time where they had no first round picks. They were trading for, I guess you could say, castaways or players that teams were willing to give up on very quickly, like the Los Angeles Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets also traded for players like Jahlil Okafor. They took a chance on Spencer Dinwiddie, and ultimately Kenny Atkinson played a huge hand in the development of D'Angelo Russell and Spencer Dinwiddie. And like that entire Brooklyn Nets team was significantly better and developing significantly quicker as a result of Kenny Atkinson. Unfortunately for Kenny Atkinson, obviously what ended up happening is the Brooklyn Nets were able to attract Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, which made them instant contenders, and as a result, they traded D'Angelo Russell to the Golden State Warriors in the sign and trade for Kevin Durant. And after one season of playing under Kenny Atkinson, it seemed like Kyrie Irving wasn't his biggest fan, and they wanted to go in a different direction. So the question always remained, is it the fact that Kenny Atkinson isn't a championship level head coach? He's only a head coach that could help in player development, but not necessarily win them a championship? Or was it more of a situation where Kevin Durant was more comfortable with Steve Nash and he wanted Steve Nash to coach him, and since this team didn't grow with Kenny Atkinson, they were willing to move on from him? That's a question that I don't necessarily have the answer to, but that is who the Charlotte Hornets are choosing between currently. But something in addition to this that is a Charlotte Hornets storyline is the fact that Miles Bridges has had quite an impressive rap career so far. I mean, this is something that you've been seeing on NBA pages for quite some time. There's been articles posted on how Miles Bridges isn't your average hooper turned rapper, and most of his content is meant to be very humorous. I mean, after all, his latest song contains a line saying, "I'm like a pizza, she can't have my cheese unless she gets to topping." I mean, seriously, that's a line in one of his songs. So you might be wondering why I'm bringing all of this up. Well, Miles Bridges is due for a contract extension. I mean, he is a restricted free agent this year. So for those of you guys that don't know what restricted free agency is, it's after your rookie scale contract expires, assuming that you were a first round pick in the NBA draft, a team could come and offer you a certain amount of money. It could be any amount of money, and your original team has the ability to match any offer that was given to you. So in Miles Bridges' case, the Charlotte Hornets can retain his rights no matter what, or he can get signed to a gigantic contract this offseason, which makes this Instagram post a little interesting. Now, this this video is totally gonna get demonetized as a result of it, but whatever, just leave a like so this video could get pushed out further in the algorithm because YouTube doesn't promote demonetized content. Miles Bridges posted this picture onto his Instagram story. So obviously you could already tell what this little doohickey is here, and the pinkish substance in the cup with the double styrofoam cup, I'm sure you guys can understand what that is as well, which is a very interesting thing to post considering how he's going into a contract season. On top of that, it just makes him seem like he doesn't necessarily care about basketball. I don't mean to play sports doctor over here,
but lean is horrible for you.
I can rationalize cannabis because cannabis makes sense to smoke for your recovery if you need to go that direction. Some players are under the influence as they're playing basketball even, so I'm not going to bag on cannabis usage, but lean just has a horrible reputation on the long-term effects on a player's body. Now, a lot of people are going to go in the comment section and say,
Mike, it's the off season, let the man have his fun.
But even if it is the off season, I don't necessarily think it's appropriate to post it onto your story. I don't think it's a smart move to post it onto your story in your contract year, especially when you're playing for Michael Jordan's team. Bear in mind, Miles Bridges claimed that he rejected a contract extension offer from the Charlotte Hornets that was reportedly worth around $60 million after consulting with his agents, saying if it wasn't for them, I probably would have taken the deal, but they got more confidence in me than I have sometimes. Now, there's a lot of funny memes that came out as a result of this, but what's even funnier is how Miles Bridges reacted to the entire controversy, because when Miles Bridges was asked for comment, all he posted onto his Twitter page was pink lemonade with an upside down smiley face. Now, clearly this isn't pink lemonade, bro, but what makes this funny is the memes that come out as a result of it. Michael Jordan, after seeing Miles Bridges' Instagram story, you have Miles Bridges' agent right now. Stephen A. Smith is about to have the rant of a lifetime about Miles Bridges after this. I think this meme is literally saying what we're all thinking at this point is, my G, you cupped pink lemonade with a joint on the side. This was literally my facial expression, Kanye West over here. Look, man, I am not against athletes having a good time. I mean, especially if you're in basketball, you work your off. If you're working on your game constantly, I 100% get it, especially if it's the summertime. But there are specific things that you don't necessarily need to make known to the entirety of your following that could come at a detriment to your career. I mean, if he was to post this after his brand new contract, then fine, that's great. Do whatever the hell you want. I don't know how your team's gonna feel about it. It's not necessarily the greatest decision, but in this instance, media loves taking stuff like this and just running with it. You know what I mean? They just love taking these things and just turning it into something that it isn't.
Oh, does Miles Bridges have a problem? Is Miles Bridges gonna be a trouble in the locker room?
This isn't something that I would say. This is more a commentary on what I'm expecting mainstream media to say about this entire situation. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.